turning our attention real quick to another new tool. Now, this is something that is not as, wasn't as anticipated as liquid loans, and not necessarily something that you would do loans from. But HEX Scout, it's been anticipated, and we've heard about it for a little while. But basically, a new app. It's not an app yet. I think it's just a website, but a new way of tracking HEX stakes, a new way of tracking your PulseChain investments, onboarding. All kinds of things can be done from HEX Scout. It is a great alternative to the Staker app, which I know many people are just not fans of anymore, myself included. Even after the updates they did, I don't know, like a year ago or something, I'm not sure. But we've got gopulse.com, which I know a lot of people use to like look at their portfolio. Again, you can buy all these products on there, things like that. And then HEX Scout is the next new one that has finally launched. I was going to say, there you go. Perfect, Ewok. Thank you. So yeah, it's all there. I'm not going to say that it is necessarily revolutionary or way different than these other ones. Again, I'm no fan of Staker app, but this, I think, rivals what we've seen with GoPulse anyway. Yeah. So, yeah, what do you make of it so far? I don't, obviously I'm not asking you to plug in any addresses or anything like that. I know you can do kind of dummy ones they let you do. But I really like the layout. I mean, they have all kinds of options available. I think it was just added. Oh, yeah, it was to one of the front end sites. I don't know if it was the official PulseChain one, but the link to this was added at the bottom of one of the front ends. So that is pretty sweet too.
So the thing that I like about it the most is, and I don't know if, I'm a little older than probably some of you maybe, but the thing I like about this, it really reminds me of the Choose Your Own Adventure book.
Right.
Do you remember those?
I mean, I think everybody knows what Choose Your Own Adventure is.
Okay,
I mean,
fair enough.
because what are they, like different, I'm not a gamer, so apologies for the lack of understanding the nomenclature here, but RPG, what are they called? What do you call a computer game, a PC game where you can like choose different ways to go? Fuck it, who cares? Anyway, go ahead, Ewok.
Well, a role-playing game, RPG. So
yeah, like,
but
yeah,
no, this is what I like about it is it really walks you through. It's what is HEX. It gives you the explanation of what HEX is, tells you what staking is, and then here, generate your personal staking ladder. So how to buy. Do you want to buy EHEX or PHEX? Why are there two? It tells you. So I mean, it really does a good job of really walking you through it. And then here, how to stake. Well, who do you want to stake for, me or somebody else? I mean, it gives you, and then what's your goal? Well, I want to invest long-term with a long-term growth perspective, or prioritize short-term passive income, or start earning passive income relatively quickly. So, I mean, you can really just choose your own thing. What's your budget? It tells you, all right, say I've got 1 million Pulse, then, or 1 million HEX. How old are you? Well, you can pick, I'm gonna say I'm 45, and how long can you go without your first withdrawal?
You're being kind of generous to yourself right there, I think, but
yeah, I was.
I don't know.
A little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
So if how long can you go? Well, I can go 5 years maybe. And then, it walks you right through it. And it tells you, here's what you kind of, how you want to set it up. And explains, it gives you a nice little detailed of, the interest rates and distributing 20% over the next 10 to 15 years. It gives you a nice little thing, and it changes on how you answer the question. So it's very cool. It's very thorough. I did hear one more thing that I haven't seen on here, but apparently these guys are implementing a tax assistant section to this, where
sweet.
it will actually help you figure out your gains on your stakes and your unstakes and whatnot. So it's not on here. I heard, I don't even remember where I heard it this morning, but it apparently is being worked on. So far, that's rumor, not fact yet. So don't hold me to it, but I heard it from somewhere else. But yeah, it's a really cool tool, and it is cool to go in here and you can look up Kareem the Dream his dream account and see
Yeah.
what's in here. And there's a $1.4 million. There's 230 million hex, and you can go through the history and look at it and mess with it a little bit. There's the God Whale. There's a couple others to just play around with and take a look at. So yeah, I enjoy it. It's pretty
Yeah, I do
cool.
too.
There's a couple additions that could probably be added to it. Some of the tokens in the ecosystem, but they have a lot. There's Pulse, there's PulseX, there's Ethereum, Wrapped Ethereum, Hedron and Icosa, and I think that's about it. Or that's all that's in this account. Maybe that's what it is. But
yeah, I think that's what it is. But
yeah.
it is cool that they have those examples there for you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of the tax thing. That's very sweet. It does
Yeah.
a great layout. It's a great product. I'm really glad they pushed it out.
Yeah.
Really. So.
But I think that's what makes it fun. Like I said, you kind of walk yourself through it. You can educate yourself. You can educate somebody else. It's a good tool to point people to for doing a little bit of research and getting started on what they may want to do before you even do it. So,
Yeah.
very nice, guys.
Very nice for sure. And it's one of the many, many things that people just keep building for this ecosystem, regardless of like where the price is from one day to the next or the 5-minute chart or whatever. This is what you have to do, as hard as it may be to do sometimes with where the prices are, is look at the fundamentals and what's being built. Look at, we're one of many channels, and we're not even, one of the biggest by any means, but we're one of many channels that have a megaphone for this whole ecosystem constantly. So that, as tough as it is for people I know on a day like today, you got to remember why we're all here and why everybody is so passionate is because there really isn't anything like this in crypto. There isn't any real DeFi like we're dealing with here. There's no smart contract like HEX. There's no layer 1 like PulseChain, and PulseX using the buy and burn. No DEX uses that feature.